left.
Well, if people think she's too far left, then that shows another way this country's broken right now.
All right, we waste him. No offense.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Dronetek here. First of all, yeah, I know I need a haircut. And second of all, I hate Patton Oswalt, which I will explain to you all here in just a moment. But after watching this clip, I have no doubt that Bill Maher feels the exact same way.
Well, we're waiting.
On Bill Maher's latest podcast, he's talking to Patton Oswalt and calls out AOC for being a fringe far leftist. Oswalt was not happy with this because he's a leftist normie who's impressed with being promised free stuff and dancing. Let's check this out, then I'll fill you all in on why I hate Oswalt besides the obvious reasons.
I hate to admit this. This country is not as mature as it thinks it is.
A human.
We elected Obama, and clearly the country freaked out. We're still living in that freak out. We are not as progressed and evolved and intelligent as we think we are because we keep freaking out about this stuff.
Well,
you know?
the left freak out too. The left freaked out about a lot of bullshit too.
What did they freak out about?
Gender, race, parenthood, schools, homelessness, crime, the border. Education, like we stopped being a scientific people. Like it's not scientific.
But the left certainly stayed scientific.
No, they didn't.
Why not?
Because they think gender bullshit that they went way too far with. That's not scientific.
But how did I'm not trying to. How did they go too far with like gender stuff? And I'm not trying to
instead of if I was teaching children, what I would teach them is there is a default setting for the human being, which is heterosexuality, but that doesn't mean every person is that, and we should completely respect everyone who isn't that, but we understand that that's called a minority, and what makes us a great country is that we respect minorities. We don't think they're lesser just because they're lesser in numbers. That's not what we started to teach, which was that every baby is, I don't know, let's not even put it on the birth certificate. That's what they wanted.
Were we teaching that?
Yes,
When were we teaching that?
Teaching it, it was a law here in California. See,
to teach what?
Don't put sex on the birth certificate. We'll see. Now, we've passed that period now.
I'm sorry, I don't remember that. I mean,
I know, because it doesn't get in the blue sky bubble.
Wait a minute, I'm not just on blue sky.
I really think that's a lot of it, is that some of this stuff doesn't get in to everybody's media.
I think what Maher is pointing out here is actually something that we talk a lot about on this channel, and that's left-wingers carving out exceptions for themselves from their own rules. He talks a lot about Obama a lot during this interview, which I didn't show, but it just goes to show how his view of everything is really painted by whatever he sees on TV. The media at the time was clearly pro-Obama and did everything they could to spin his presidency as perfect. They even claimed that it was scandal-free. Despite the fact there were many scandals, but the thing is, they just didn't cover them. Like kids in cages, that was going on during Barack Obama. The media just didn't care. And so people like Patton Oswalt didn't either.
Remember when they found the damning video of AOC dancing and drinking with her friends on the roof at college? Or like, and this is a congressperson, and she looks so happy and beautiful and cool, and you're like, oh, they think this is ending her career because they never did this.
Yeah, but
they were never that comfortable to do this.
Yeah, and if she had some deprogramming, she could be such a fantastic candidate.
What do you mean deprogramming?
Well, she just doesn't, she's never going to resonate with people outside of the bubble that she lives in the very, very far left.
Well,
and that, I mean, the New York Times, of all people, the people I've been, like, squabbling with for the last 7, 8, 10 years, whatever, when I was all about, you know, Democrats have gone too far left, they just put out a huge editorial basically saying exactly what I've been saying.
What, that she's too far left?
Yes, and that the only way the Democrats will ever win again, not that the Republicans are probably going to give it back, is to be more moderate. But we don't have to argue about her. I mean, she has
If people think she's too far left, then that shows another way this country's broken right now.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily broken in that way, but it just shows how the country is not there.
You're damn right.
Of course he loves AOC. He's an idiot. And also probably thinks Ghostbusters 2016 was a good movie. So yeah, Oswalt is a low-info, far-left normie who hates anyone that isn't. So the reason I absolutely cannot stand this man is, one, because he's awful in everything he's in, and two, because he pops up in all these things that I love, like obscure H.P. Lovecraft podcasts, and his unholiest of all sins, Mystery Science Theater 3000. That was the last straw for me because Mystery Science Theater is one of my all-time favorite shows. I mean, it was so bad that my wife is very familiar with this. All right, folks, let me know what you all think in the comments, and if you're still here, might as well hit that like button and subscribe. I do post on a regular basis, so make sure to keep checking back for more. Thanks a lot.